Hi Pisces, welcome to my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. Today is January 3rd, 2019, and this is a general love reading for the first part of January 2020. Because it's a general love reading, it can pertain to any kind of relationship, situation, or circumstance that you might be dealing with. Be flexible with the energy. Don't be concerned about the gender of the cards or the pronouns that I'm using to describe them. You can interchange the roles within the reading. You might be represented by any one of the characters that shows up in the cards. You also might feel like I'm reading directly for you, but you could feel like you're cross-watching for somebody that you're dealing with. So as always, take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't. My intention is to reach as many people as I can who need the message the most and who will benefit from it the most. Okay, Pisces? So I want to give this deck a couple more shuffles and we'll get started. I hope you all are enjoying the new year so far. I'm very excited for 2020. I hope that you are too. And let's see what's going on for Pisces. Here we go. In your underlying energy, we're going to start with the Five of Wands, paired with Judgment in reverse. You have the Devil with Justice in reverse. The Five of Cups in reverse. Strength in reverse. Two of Wands. Paired with Temperance. Okay, so the main message I got from this set of cards is that there might be potential for a conflict to become resurrected. In other words, to come back. Whereas maybe it was left behind or walked away from in the past. It feels like it's coming back. And I don't feel like there was any resolution. I also don't feel like resurrecting this conflict, whatever this is for you, is going to result in anything positive coming out of it. I think that you might be in the process of healing from the past after having dealt with this conflict being unresolved. You might be in the process of trying to pick up the pieces, making things better for yourself, recovering from some grief. I do feel like it's been kind of slow going again because it feels like there's been no resolution and things were left again, open-ended, unresolved. But I think that the cards are indicating it's time to choose a path of healing, time to choose a path that will allow you to leave this behind or possibly walk away from this, because it doesn't feel like there's going to be any resolution. Maybe the idea that there was no justice in this situation has you revisiting it, thinking that you need to go back and find an answer or close things out, have some closure. But with this first set of cards, it looks like that reopening the issue or the conflict is probably not going to be productive for you. Especially considering it looks like you're in the process of recovering from the last event or conflict, whatever this was for you. Let's get some more cards out and see what else we have. So we have the Three of Swords clarifying the Five of Wands and the Five of Cups. So you're going to reopen old wounds is what this is saying. I'll show you some of these cards here in a minute as soon as I get the rest out. Chariot. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The Sun is clarifying the Five of Cups in reverse. 10 of Swords, clarifying strength. Two of Wands is clarified by the Knight of Swords in reverse. And Temperance is clarified by the Two of Swords in reverse. I'm sorry about the bird squawking. She wasn't very well behaved when I had her out for Capricorn's reading, so she stays in her cage and she hears my voice and she squawks because she wants to come out, but she's too distracting. I just can't. Okay, so the cards are indicating that if you reopen old wounds, it's going to be revisiting the grief all over again. If you go back to this unresolved conflict, all you're going to do is rip the bandages off and start bleeding out again. I'm sorry to say it so harshly, but that's what's coming out with this set of cards. It feels like a warning not to go back to this, not to revisit it. Despite the feeling that it feels like you're moving forward without resolution, without closure, without the opportunity for justice, and this feels like it's that somehow karma worked against you, is what I'm getting, that you want to move forward from this, but it feels like things again went unresolved and things went wrong. Things went south and they didn't go in your favor, and it feels like they should have gone in your favor. But they didn't. And so you're wanting to revisit this. But if you go back to this, if you reopen these wounds, it's not going to be productive for you. It's not going to end well. Right now, you're on the path of healing. You're on the path of picking up the pieces. And it may feel, you might feel like you've lost strength, like you've lost the willpower to move forward because of this ending. But there is hope if you continue on this path of healing rather than going backward to revisit whatever put you on this path in the first place. You have a choice. You have a choice to make right now, and you can choose again to revisit this, which may result in again reopening old wounds and restarting conflict, or you can choose the path to cut your losses and head towards a path of healing. That's what I have so far with this first two set of cards. I don't have anybody's energy on the table, including yours. This feels like a situation. It could be, because this is a general reading, this could apply to just about anything. It could apply to a relationship, a family situation, a work dynamic. Whatever this is, it's very general, indicating that something didn't go your way, possibly, Pisces, even though you were in the right. It feels like the universe did not have your back, or at least you're feeling like the universe did not have your back, and there's that temptation to go back to this conflict, whatever it was for you, to revisit it and see if you can't change the results. And the universe is indicating that is not a wise idea, based on what I'm seeing in this first two set of cards. So let's see if we can't get any more details in regards to what this is about, whether this is a relationship, work situation, family dynamic, friendship, conflict. Sorry, the cards are going all over the place. Let's see what else we get for you, Pisces. So clarifying the Five of Wands, we have the Knight of Pentacles, indicating stagnation, no movement. Things went nowhere in regards to whatever this was for you, Pisces. And the Ace of Swords. And maybe the truth of the matter is that the truth never came out, or things weren't resolved in the manner that you had hoped, where things were cleared up, the air was cleared, people saw what happened for what it was. And that's what has you wanting to go back, is that you want to revisit this because the truth didn't get out. It wasn't resolved in the way that it should have been resolved. Four of Cups, clarifying the Devil. Knight of Swords, clarifying justice. Three of Wands, clarifying Five of Cups. Seven of Wands, clarifying strength. Justice again in reverse, clarifying the Two of Wands. And the Page of Cups in reverse, clarifying temperance. So this feels like a lot of the same of what I was seeing. There's a sense of that maybe you just threw in the towel, you gave up, and ended this feeling like you couldn't take it anymore. Whatever this conflict was for you, that maybe at the time of leaving this behind unresolved, that you felt like it was the right thing to do, because maybe if you took a step back and just tried to recover and heal a little bit, that the truth would come out on its own, that light would be shed on the situation and it would be seen for what it was. But I don't think that's happened. There was a missed opportunity to resolve things. Something went wrong, and whatever actions were taken resulted in the truth not getting out and justice not being served. And I think that you're grappling with the idea, do I just sit back and let this just resolve itself on its own? Or do I take action again? I think you're battling with what to do. If you sit back and don't do anything, will this be resolved on its own? Will the truth be seen? Do you have to take action? I think that you may even know in the back of your mind that taking further action will result in a lack of injustice again, or more injustice. It may make you look like the guilty party, that you are just trying to reopen old wounds, rehash the conflict, and make things worse again. I can definitely see why you would be struggling with this, Pisces, because I don't think that you are alone in feeling that somehow the universe failed you, and maybe where you felt like the person who did you wrong, or the people or the situation that was wrong, ultimately the people who did wrong will get it in the end. You know, karma will take care of things, and it just didn't work out that way. I think what the cards are telling you, Pisces, is that you need to let this be. You need to concentrate on recovering, concentrate on yourself, and allow the situation to be resolved with time. Because I think that people will start to see what was going on their own without it being forced. It may feel like there's stagnation and this will be unresolved and that the truth will not be revealed. But I think the cards are indicating right now that you need to concentrate on your own healing and recovery instead of trying to get back into the fight. At least for now, stepping away from the situation seems to be what the cards are indicating. Let's get some more cards out here and see what else we can get for you, Pisces. So we have the Ten of Wands, the World. There's the Three of Swords again. Seven of Cups in reverse. Five of Cups for the third time in reverse. Seven of Swords. Hierophant in reverse. Five of Wands again. And the Seven of Pentacles. So the time has come for you to heal. You need to release this burden, and reopening old wounds, revisiting this situation is going to cause more grief rather than healing the situation. And it does look, with the Seven of Swords coming out in the cards, it does look like you were wronged. There may have been some shady behavior, some lies, some deceit, some shenanigans. I don't have court cards on the table except for some knights and pages. It's interesting, I have no kings and queens, so I don't feel like anybody's energy is on the table. It just feels like a situation. So again, it could be different for everybody. It could be a relationship situation, could be work dynamic, could be a family dynamic, family situation. I think you think that giving this up or leaving this alone or not pursuing justice is the wrong thing to do, to end it this way. But right now I'm not seeing that getting in, again, reopening this and revisiting it is the right thing to do. So we have the Two of Cups, Wheel of Fortune in reverse, Knight of Cups, Nine of Cups in reverse, the Magician, Six of Cups, Six of Swords, and the Moon. So this does feel like it's it's concerning a relationship, or at the very least it's affecting a relationship. We have the Two of Cups, Six of Cups, Knight of Cups on the table now. Again, no court cards, very unusual. You definitely didn't want to see the situation resolved, or go unresolved, I should say. Whoever this is concerning, whatever situation you have going here is affecting a relationship, and it feels like it's a very significant relationship. Someone that you're very close to. This could be a situation where somebody else is involved in a conflict and you're trying to help them. You're trying to help them relieve the heartache. You're trying to help them move forward and heal. But honestly, your involvement is not helping the situation. And it probably is hard to know that. Because it feels like you're grappling again with this devil energy of feeling like if you just sit back and watch it happen, that's not the right thing to do. On the other hand, if you make moves to help the situation, it's also not going to fix what's going on. And you just unfortunately don't have any control over encouraging justice to occur for this person that you're dealing with. And it feels to me like you are struggling with the idea that if you just end the situation, if you just give up, if you just say, oh, I'm sorry, I just can't help you, there's nothing I can do for you, that this is going to cause more grief, and you feel like it's the wrong decision, it's the wrong move to make, to just throw your hands up in the air and say, I'm sorry, I can't help you. It feels like you're witnessing something happening to somebody else, and you want to be instrumental in helping to bring closure, or helping to bring about justice, or helping to right a wrong. And the truth of the matter is, I think Spirit is telling you that you've got to leave this alone and let it transpire however it's supposed to transpire with whoever's involved in this situation. That you making a choice to insert yourself in the situation and maybe try to take sides is not going to result in a positive outcome. You may even want to remove yourself to the point where you don't even know what's going on. If you make a choice to keep yourself in the dark in regards to this situation, it might be easier for you to step away. Which I think is going to be hard for you, because I don't think that, Pisces, you are that type of person to walk away from an emotionally challenging situation, especially when it's affecting somebody that you care for and somebody that you love. But the cards are indicating to me that that's what you need to do. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm telling you what I'm seeing in the cards. If I were in this situation, especially if it was affecting, a loved one, a spouse, a child of mine, a family member that I'm very close to, it would be very hard for me to remove myself from the situation without interjecting or taking sides or helping the person who I feel has been victimized. I know that can be challenging, but based on what I'm seeing, Pisces, honestly, it's out of your control, unfortunately. I don't think that means that you can't give support to the person that you care for who's dealing with this. I don't think that Spirit's telling you to remove yourself out of their life and, throw your hands up in the air and say, you're on your own, I give up, I can't do this with you. I don't think that's what Spirit's saying at all. I think that these cards are indicating that it's you think that one wants to come out? Oh, there's two. I just think that Spirit's trying to tell you that your involvement in the situation is not only going to not fix things and not make things better, but also cause you significant grief, and possibly more grief for the person that you're dealing with too, this loved one, because they are then going to see that their situation, their conflict, whatever they're dealing with, has negatively affected your life as well. And I don't think that's something that this person wants. Again, I don't think that you need to remove your support or your love or your compassion or loyalty, but you might just need to step away from the conflict altogether and not get involved. So we have the Six of Earth and the One of Earth, both in reverse. I'm going to read both of these cards. This reading is only at 24 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and read both of these, and hopefully they'll add some clarity for you, maybe give you some insight into the situation. Let's see what we get. So let's start with the Six of Earth, and it's in reverse. These are both the minor arcana cards, and when they come out, their passages that I have to read are typically pretty short. So because it was in reverse, it's a potential blockage, and I will display the card in the upright position. Okay, Pisces, here we go. The reversed Six of Earth asks if you have a habit of volunteering your services only to lament your situation to garner praise or sympathy. Do you perform a task somebody else is responsible for without being asked, only to feel the need to tell everyone around you how difficult or inconvenient it was and how much trouble you went to for no thanks? When this card appears reversed, it speaks of martyrdom and those who take a service role in order to help others, but play the victim while doing so. They choose to suffer for their cause and use it to garner sympathy from others. If this could describe you, then the Shadow Six of Earth symbolizes the need to remind yourself that you are not in service for personal gain or reward, but to give and provide support to others. Help others for the right reasons and not for selfish ones. Just on the surface, based on what I'm reading here, I don't think that this, based on what I have in the reading, I don't think that you are offering your services out of martyrdom. But I do believe that this indicates that maybe you're offering your services where your services won't be beneficial to the party that is receiving them, is what I got out of that. Because that certainly applies to this reading. I think that you want to help, but your help is not necessarily going to make things better, is what I think that's indicating. Let's see what the Ace of Earth in reverse says. Again, potential blockage when it's in the reverse. I love these aces. They're all dragons. They're really nice cards. Okay, here we go, Pisces. In the reverse position, the Ace of Earth signifies that too much emphasis may have been placed on financial reward or career goals to the detriment of other needs and responsibilities. What price are you willing to pay in order to meet your goals? Are you motivated by genuine need, by fear, or by material desires? These are questions you need to ask yourself now. How important is material gain? How fast do you wish to achieve financial security, and for what purpose? The Earth card represents home, family, and career, and a harmonious marriage of the three. While your life may not include all three, be sure that your opportunity to have love and family will not be limited by a path that focuses only on your need for financial security. If you do have family, a spouse, children, or both, are you putting your desires for financial security before the emotional needs and responsibilities of a partner or parent? Will the plans you have made take you away from family and place undue pressures on your relationship with others? If the answer is yes or maybe, the reversed Ace of Earth suggests that it is time to rethink your goals or weigh the potential rewards against the potential consequences. Do not act selfishly at this time, or the consequences may be greater than anticipated. This card's a little more confusing to me. The only thing I can think of, Pisces, if this reading is resonating with you, we did have the Ace of Pentacles out here early on in the reading with Justice. This could indicate that there was some kind of financial demise or some kind of financial issue that was central in this conflict that you're dealing with this person, your loved one. And maybe that's part of the reason why you got involved. The Six of Pentacles in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck also indicates imbalance and financial issues. It didn't indicate that in this deck. This is more about giving help where help isn't needed, or again being charitable and that kind of thing. But this could be indicative that it is related to a financial issue or struggle that the person that you are dealing with is struggling with. So I'm going to leave that there, Pisces. I hope that this reading resonated. I hope that you got something out of it so that you can move forward. I wish you all the best, and I wish all the best for who you're dealing with. I hope that time heals, as it usually does. And I'm going to go ahead and close out this reading. Thank you so much for joining me. If it did resonate, please like, share, and subscribe. And I am looking forward to seeing you again. Take care. Bye, Pisces.